Pavilion, also known as the Brighton Pavilion, and its surrounding gardens form a Grade 1 listed former royal residence located in Brighton, England. Beginning in 1787, it was built in three stages as a seaside retreat for George, Prince of Wales, who became the Prince Regent in 1811, and King George IV in 1820. It is built in the Indo-Saracenic style prevalent in India for most of the 19th century. The current appearance, with its Mughal-inspired features such as bulbous domes, to tree-topped minarets, and cusped arches, is the work of architect John Nash, who extended the building starting in 1815. George IV's successors William IV and Victoria also used the pavilion, but Queen Victoria decided that Osborne House should be the royal seaside retreat, and the pavilion was sold to the city of Brighton in 1850. The Prince of Wales, who later became King George IV, first visited Brighton in 1783, at the age of 21. The seaside town had become fashionable as a result of the residence of George's uncle, Prince Henry, Duke of Cumberland, whose tastes for fine cuisine, gambling, the theatre, and general fast living the young prince shared, and with whom he lodged in Brighton at Grove House. In addition, the Prince of Wales was advised by his physician that the seawater and fresh air would be beneficial for his gout. In 1786, under a financial cloud with investigations by Parliament for the extravagances incurred in building Carlton House, London, the prince rented a modest, erstwhile farmhouse facing the Old Stein, a grassy area of Brighton used as a promenade by visitors. Remote from the royal court in London, the pavilion was a discreet location for the prince to enjoy private liaisons with his longtime companion, Maria Fitzherbert. The prince had wished to marry her, and did so in secrecy as her Roman Catholic religion prohibited his marrying her under the Royal Marriages Act 1772. After the death of George IV in 1830, his successor William IV also stayed in the pavilion on his frequent visits to Brighton. Queen Victoria, however, disliked Brighton and the lack of privacy at the pavilion. Brighton became accessible to Londoners by rail in 1841, increasing its popularity with the masses. In addition, the pavilion was cramped for her growing family. Famously, Queen Victoria disliked the constant attention she attracted in Brighton, saying, "The people here are very indiscreet and troublesome." She purchased an estate and land that was redeveloped for Osborne House on the Isle of Wight, which became the summer home of the royal family. After her last visit to Brighton in 1845, the government planned to sell the building and grounds. The Brighton Improvement Commissioners and the Brighton Vestry successfully petitioned the government to sell the pavilion to the town for £53,000 in 1850 under the Brighton Royal Pavilion Act 1850. The sale helped fund the furnishing of Osborne House. The purchase of the Royal Pavilion from Queen Victoria by Brighton marked the beginning of the site's popularity as a tourist destination. The Royal Pavilion has been transformed from a private residence into a public attraction under civic ownership. Today, around 400,000 people visit the Royal Pavilion annually. General filming and photography are permitted inside the Royal Pavilion. Many of the items in the palace are on loan, in particular from the King.
If I let you take me now, places I've not seen, will I be a flower in your flame, the ashes in your sheets? 'Cause you wanna run around my head, standing in knees. So whisper in the open air, say this is all I need. This is all I need. This is all I need.